Part 2. That's how we do it, Andrew. We have to do part 2. When your internet's not strong enough to maintain, you find other ways to get over there. Hopefully people will find us over here, but if not, we're here again. Sequel trilogy reviewed. We're going to talk about some other stuff because we had a few super chats before things went AWOL on us. Din F105 Rebel Girl performing right here on the live stream. Andrew, as we're getting set for it, why don't you read off the first live chat that we started, the first super chat that we kind of started to get into before we went poopy.
All right, the first super chat was from Heidi Fetter, who asked, will Darth Plagueis be in the High Republic movies? I think it's possible. I think he's been keeping himself alive for a long time. And there was some chat about whether they're going to keep him as a Mune or if they're going to change his species. I think the Mune works fine. Go with it. It's scary. Why not?
You know, the thing with Plagueis is when the rumor of him being Snoke was Plagueis, the old timer rumors from way back when. The one thing that kind of sucked about them was it was taking away from Palpatine, because we want Palpatine to be the big bad. He's been established as the big bad, yada yada yada. Now you have a chance to go back in time and show us him at the height of his power before SheVP comes in and takes over, so we can kind of get that, and we understand that what's happening with him is leading to something. The problem I have with going in the past, Andrew, is that we know where it goes, right? The thing with the prequel trilogy is you know where it ends up. Mm-hmm. So that's my one iffy aspect to it, if you know, because it's like, as dangerous as everything we're gonna get is gonna come, we know more or less where it comes down to, and that's my issue with Plagueis being in it, I guess, is if you throw a different Sith at us, maybe, or a different villain, maybe we don't necessarily know the outcome. Then again, you know, you throw Plagueis at us and you teach us something through Plagueis that makes Palpatine that much more scary. That's even possible as well.
Yes, yeah. The scarier, the better. Then it makes that scene even creepier at the opera.
Oh yeah. Then anything they could do to make that scene creepier than it already is fine by me. Michael Freeman is here.
Hi, Michael Freeman.
Hi, Michael. Glad you found us. Trying to get everybody else. We were having a good time on the other end of the stream happening. So hopefully things pick up over here. So that was our first super chat. That was Heidi Fetter gave us that super chat. What was the second one from Red Wolf?
Second one from Red Wolf says, I got to do this in the right voice. Hello there. What are your hopes and wants for the upcoming Obi-Wan series? Be irresponsible and speculate from your Star Wars loving heart. I love that part of the question. I really think Vader could/should show up. Love you guys. Smiley face with sunglasses. Thank you, Red Wolf. That's awesome. And I like that you told us to be irresponsible and go from our heart. Because I agree. I'm going to go from my heart. I'd like to see some Vader. I'd like to see some of that, you know, that old rivalry kind of come to light again. We got the crazy, scary, badass Vader in Rogue One, but I think a more sort of soulful, quiet Vader, like he was in A New Hope, would be really interesting. And this one, I am still of the mind that we were robbed of that scene where he finds out that Luke is his son and that he still has a living child. We got it in the comics, but we were robbed to have never got it in any kind of movie. So I would love to see that just exactly how it was in the comics. It's fine. Just show it to us with acting and music, because that would be beautiful. And then just Obi-Wan and Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. That would really make me smile. That's all I need.
You know what? I would really like a scene. What I think I would enjoy out of it would be something of a return to the prequels, in that, if you remember from A New Hope, Mr. Fantasia.
I've never seen A New Hope.
It's this little movie. It started this whole thing off. You should probably check it out.
No.
But if you remember, they say this was your father's lightsaber. He wanted you to have it when you were old enough. We don't have that in the prequel trilogy at all. and there's no referring to it. There's no lead up to it. If they could go back and have a scene with Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen, and they're having this heart to heart, and maybe he doesn't say necessarily, I want my son Luke to have this. Maybe he says, if I were ever lucky enough to be a father someday, I would want my son to carry this. Or maybe they find a way to put a scene in Revenge of the Sith that's just as off camera at some point, where it's like, I know what's happening, Anakin. And Anakin's, I mean, it doesn't really work because I guess he finds out on Mustafar. Does he find out on Mustafar? No, he finds out but Anakin's already on Mustafar, right? When Obi-Wan finds out that Anakin's the father.
Yeah.
So if they could fit it in, though, if they could find a way to put that in there, I would really I think that would be a nice, I know it's not the sexy answer, but that's kind of something that I would really dig on that. Jimmy Smits also, Michael Freeman's right. I do want Jimmy Smits to be in it for sure.
Yes, Michael Freeman. Good call.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Jimmy Smits. By the way, I think we're still live. The other one's still going, and I don't know how to stop it.
Oh,
yeah.
2 chats for the price of 1.
Well, no, I don't think you get off the chat. I just have no idea how to access this thing. Anyway, you go on, Andrew, while I try to figure this out.
I don't know computers, so I can be of no help to you there. But no, I like that question a lot there, Red Wolf. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I've always liked the idea of kind of like a buddy cop kind of thing with Obi-Wan and Owen, because they are such different people. Obi-Wan is very much tuned in to the mystic ways, and Owen is just like, I just want to farm moisture and sand. I remember back in the days of the Force.net, before episode 2 came out, my cousin and I would be running around on the Force.net and looking up stuff, and somebody, I don't know who it was, I'm sure canon wasn't a big deal back then, it must have just been a fan-made thing, but somebody made this really detailed list where they ranked every character from the movies, from most midichlorians to least midichlorians, and Anakin was at the top, followed by Palpatine, which was interesting, and at the very bottom of that list was Owen Lars. So I always liked the idea of him just being completely the opposite of Obi-Wan, and see what kind of fun they can have if you stick them on a ship together, and they have this banter back and forth, and it's like, I'm sorry, we've got to go to Kashyyyk, I've got to go pick up a package and fight my old apprentice, and Owen's like, oh damn it, I just want sand. What's wrong with you?
Where'd that voice come from?
I don't know. That's my Owen.
I would love to see Edgerton back as Owen Lars.
Yes.
I think that would be a go-to. I think I'm curious what this show is going to be. I'm calling it a movie. It's a 6-part show. It's only 6 episodes. Are they going to be as long as The Mandalorian? They're going to be a bit longer. That's what I'm curious about. I feel like they'll be a little bit longer, maybe 45-minute episodes each or so. And I was saying this on New Year's, Andrew. I don't know if you were there when I was talking about The Mandalorian. And one of the things I liked about The Mandalorian was the length. We all know I like short, but that wasn't the point that I was getting at with that. What I was saying was, I came to understand that if The Mandalorian episodes were all an hour long, an hour and a half long, then what would be the point of us going to the theater to watch Star Wars anymore? Why would we continue spending our money, our hard-earned money, at the movies when we could just stay home and watch these great episodes of The Mandalorian, of Obi-Wan, of Cassian, of Dr. Aphro, et cetera, et cetera. And that's why I think these shows are gonna, I mean, there might be a point when Disney's more comfortable with the theatrical releases, maybe, but there might be a point when they start to get a little bit longer. But right now, I think these are the lengths they want to be. I think Obi-Wan will stick to that. And look, I could be completely wrong. I haven't seen the scripts. I don't know. They haven't started shooting. They start shooting in June. But I'm okay with that because, like I said, this is really The Mandalorian just as a whole is the whole season is the length of a movie.
Right. And like you were saying on New Year's, if every episode costs 10 mil and 10 mil only gets you 35 minutes, that's fine as long as it looks like Star Wars. If that's the cost of it looking like Star Wars, and that's cool. I'm fine with those episodes being that short.
And you sound like you're in a wind tunnel as soon as you started talking. It was
Oh boy, that's always fun.
your Owen voice is canon. I'm looking at the chat now. We got thanks everybody for coming over to us. Sorry, I don't know. I lost the internet. It was my fault as per usual. And usually though I could come right back and hop right back on in, but this time it wouldn't let me, and then I couldn't figure out how to end the stream, and then eventually I did because I'm that creative with it. I'm trying to think of other things that I would really like to see in the Obi-Wan series, Andrew.
By the way, James, we all want to know, myself and everybody in the chat, we all want to know the name of your internet service provider so we can make fun of them.
Well, I live in the woods. We're very limited. I don't know if I want to divulge that information. ExploreNet is what it's called. They are they're Canada wide, I think, or Eastern Canada anyway. Because when you call it, like, we're in Halifax, and I'm like, oof. But I don't know. Just how do you spell Plagueis, Andrew? I think I spelled it wrong. Obi-Wan.
It's Plague IS.
How do you spell UEIS?
Yep. Yeah, it's not a very easy word. It's kind of cumbersome. But yeah, Plague IS. I've spelled it wrong a bunch of times too.
Okay, good. Because did I spell it wrong here? No, I got it right. Well, there you go.
I don't even see where you're typing.
Each episode of The Mandalorian was $10 million. It was $10 million.
That's right,
yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I'm just going to make a thumbnail while we're live on the air. This is what we do here. I'm just going to go live. You guys can see what I do on a daily basis now. I'm going to find a nice picture of Obi-Wan Kenobi so that the thumbnails are... By the way, Andrew, have you seen the Kenobi fan film with Jamie Costa?
No, I'm not really big on those fan
You're
films.
too snotty. You're too snot. Yeah. You're a snoot.
They don't pair well with my 1994 Chateaubriand Le Inniskillen. I don't know why.
And that is exactly why you watched the movie for $26 in VIP opening night. That is exactly why. Anyway, I watched it. I actually watched it. Barry Brophy and I, we haven't done since for a while, but we're going to go back and we're going to be doing more. We're going to be doing more of the fan film reviews where we kind of take a fan film and we review it because there's a lot of really fun ones there. It's Plagueis.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so I watched it. It's actually pretty good. I suggest it's only 18 minutes of your life, 16 I think before credits. Check it out. It's pretty good. There's a few things in there I was like, but as a whole, I enjoyed it. I thought he was pretty good as Obi-Wan. I actually was Indiegogo or Kickstarter on his Han Solo movie, his Han Solo fan film. I donated to that cause many years ago when.
Well, let's be real. The only good Han Solo fan film is the one made by our Patreon Jericho Kane.
I wouldn't know.
It's awesome, and I'm in it too.
But no one has seen it. It hasn't seen the light of day yet.
It's not finished yet. It's good things take time. It's not paid. Just don't worry.
He's like, oh, it's going to be done soon. I'm like, what is soon? And he won't tell me.
Things take time. He's JJing it. He doesn't want you to know all the details.
It's all lens flares. Did you find the lens flares in the Rise of Skywalker distracting? I didn't.
No, I didn't even notice them. They kept warning everybody that there was going to be photosynthesis seizure things and flashings. I didn't even really notice that either.
Seriously, they did?
Yeah, there was like warnings posted everywhere.
I'm making this thing. I didn't acknowledge that either. That I don't know. I've seen flashier movies. I think Ready Player One was flashier. That one would have caused more seizures than this, I think.
Actually, you know what I watched this morning? War Games, and the climax is like 2 straight minutes of strobe lights, and it's not pleasant. But other than that, it's an amazing movie.
Okay, Rural Farm Boy is saying it's Plagueis.
Well, he lived for many, many years because of his Sith powers. He could have spelled it in a multitude of different
I'm
ways.
Googling Plagueis. Wait. Okay. I don't know how.
Okay, I need to read you what Charlie Skywalker just said, James.
Okay, I gotta figure out how to spell Plagueis.
Charlie just said, so, James, my wife says you sound like Ray Romano. She's all that comedian guy is on your chat. How famous are you? I told her very famous.
Everybody loves Raymond. I'll take it. Why not? Ray Romano. I'm Ray Romano. So wait, if I do a Ray Romano impression, if I just did a Ray Romano impression, would I just have to sound like myself then? Hey, I'm Ray Romano. Oh my God. I can't tell if I spelled Plagueis right. Somebody asked Ray Romano, who, by the way, is in The Irishman, way more than I thought he would be.
Yeah, that was weird when he showed up. There's a lot of people in The Irishman.
But
yeah,
he's
like
in it, though.
Of Plagueis. I think they're all right.
Okay, so I'm trying to, okay, guys, I'm going to upload. Let me know if we're off right now. I'm sorry my internet crapped out. This was such a good conversation that like 45 minutes in, it's like, done. Like, you got what you needed. We're out of here. This is called, are you still there, Andrew?
I'm still very there.
Andrew and James answer your super chats. That's the description. Is Red Wolf here and Heidi? Are they here? I feel so... Oh, Red Wolf's here. Okay, spank the like button, guys. Beat the algorithm. Thank you. Oh, 18 people are in here. That's pretty cool. Only 9 likes, though. I blame Fantasia for that. It literally was the most complicated thing ending that stream because what I normally use, the dashboard I have, it just vanished. Like, it never does, and it took me to, like... this other part of YouTube that was like, why are you here? And I was like, I don't know. And they're like, which pill, the red or the blue?
Well, now we all know we can blame ExploreNet for that.
Look, you were here on, was it okay on New Year's when you were here? You guys watched The Mandalorian until like 4 a.m. on the 30th.
That's true, yeah. Me and Watson were, well, no, to be fair, The Mandalorian was stopping to buffer
It was
a
bad.
bunch.
Oh, so,
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. So the reason why we didn't do a live stream last week was because you were over at my house and we were playing board games.
Yes. Yeah. We were playing the Blockbuster trivia game.
But I do. Wait. I can't do Ray Romano. I lost it. But I do. Everybody loves Raymond.
Ray Romano as the grown-up.
I thought he was actually pretty good in The Irishman.
I thought everybody was pretty good in The Irishman.
Yeah, but it was way too long.
I told you I watched it one and a half times.
The thing is, you rewatch the part that probably could have been cut twice. The whole first half, I'm like, I get it. He's not a good guy. I was saying this, I think, before we got cut. He looks like, what's his name? The postman in Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Yeah, he does.
He does. Like, I know they do the age thing. It was funny because I was talking to Brock. I was actually texting Brock while I was watching it, driving Aaron nuts. And I was like, De Niro won an Oscar for playing young Brando in The Godfather 2. They might have just snubbed somebody out of an Oscar for playing young De Niro in this movie. That's what I thought. That is ageism. Heidi's watching us on Patreon. Hi, Heidi. Heidi, executive producer Heidi. If you guys haven't checked us out on Patreon, do so. We're on Patreon. Lots of cool perks. We do some extra videos. We do weekly. We actually have a show called Never Tell Me the Odds. This week, you won't be getting it this week. It's going to come back next week with 2 episodes next week. Episode 150 is going to be a supersized episode. We are challenging Andrew Fantasia to the challenge of all challenges. That's going to be a lot of fun. Episode 150 is going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait for that. What are we looking here? Spell it, said, 2 different things. Said and spelled are 2 different things. Well, I'm sticking with, I don't know how to spell anything.
Plagueis is a strange word.
It's not even a real word, is it?
It is now. It's canon.
Oh, it's canon. There you go. Like and share. Okay, so anyway, check us out on Patreon. A lot of fun there. We do a lot of cool things there. Andrew, you got Goodwill Hunting coming up at the end of this month. Any idea what that one's going to be about?
I had an idea, and to be honest, I'm totally blanking on what.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you the idea?
Yes, you can.
The Final Order.
Oh, okay. The Final Order. Gotcha. All right.
Is that good?
Yeah. We're gonna be good Will hunting on the Final Order. It should be fun. There's a lot. There's some juice there.
Well, I think it you get a lot. I mean, there's Order 66, then you get a lot, and then you get a lot in the Aftermath trilogy, and then it finally kind of comes to fruition here, and you get Snoke, and there's a whole lot of things that's going on. So we're going to do that. A lot of fun happening on Patreon. Thank you guys for your super chats tonight. Thank you for jumping from feed to feed.
Yeah, thank you.
It was kind of annoying and depressing. But I'm really looking forward to that Obi-Wan movie, and or Obi-Wan show. But I'm really hoping we get. Look, ultimately, and I know again this isn't the sexy answer, but I really want more. If there are flashbacks with Obi-Wan and Anakin, to see that relationship, which I know we get in the Clone Wars, but I want to see that relationship here, and I want to really, really expand on it. I want to understand, maybe see Anakin from a different light, so that we understand more about him when he takes off that mask in Return of the Jedi, and we see more of that character, who is probably my favorite Star Wars character, is Anakin Skywalker. So I want to see more of that, and I selfishly want Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi, which maybe doesn't make sense, but that's what I want, and I was asked the question, so I get to answer it however I want.
Exactly, we're answering from the heart, remember. So the heart can say whatever it damn well pleases.
Rolf Farmboy doesn't come to Rebel Scum for spelling lessons.
That's the only reason I come to Rebel Scum.
That's actually my top 3 reason why I come to Rebel Scum. Absolutely. There's no other reason why anyone should ever come on Rebel Scum. But guys, we have to wrap this up. We're only supposed to go an hour, but then obviously the internet kind of took over, and I felt like we should go longer. And also we had to answer those super chats. Thank you so much for those super chats. They mean a lot to us. They are awesome. We appreciate them. We appreciate all of your support, whether it's on the live chat, whether you're watching after we record, whether you follow us on Twitter or Facebook. If you are
Michael
a Patreon,
Freeman just made my night. I just have to say, Michael Freeman just made my night.
He was Skelly. Oh man. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching us. This is our first live stream of 2020, and if this is any indication how the rest of the year's live streams are gonna go, I quit. All right.
I'm getting a job at your service provider.
Well, yeah, I call them weekly. I'll tell you that much. All right, I'm James. He's Andrew. Thank you so much for watching. Hope your 2020 is going well. Hope you had happy holidays. And until next time, may the force of others be with you.
Always.
Yeah, go over to Michael's channel, 2med2. Go. 8:30 live chat, 8:30, 2med2. Go there. Have a good night, guys. May the force be with you.